All right.
All right. Look at that. Look at our beautiful faces. Something people haven't seen in 2 years. Ty, cough in my mouth. We're vaccinated.
Get the shot, people.
I'm just kidding. You could still die and you should be wearing masks. Just saying.
Or don't. You're vaccinated. Go back to living normal life.
Protect your grandmas. They can't get vaccinated.
My grandma got vaccinated.
It's science.
We're back, everybody. Bad Movie Friday 2021. The
Yes.
summer movie blockbusters are out. They're here. And to kick things off, and the man of 1,004 movies, Tyrell Black Stallion. Find me on Twitter, 1,004 names.
I'm Killer Greg. You can find me at Killer Greg 17 on Twitter. You can still see the mask line in my beard. I've been fighting this for a year now. Oh, talk about being free. This is what needs some life.
We're back. Summer blockbusters are here, and to kick things off, we saw Spirit Untamed.
Blockbuster. We could have seen anything. That's how dedicated we are to our several loyal listeners, watchers, and also the guy who wrote Show Dogs.
Which kind of has a run for his money on this one, let me tell you.
This was real Show Dogs-esque.
Oh, so yeah, like Greg said, we could have seen Fast 9. We could have seen Conjuring 2 or Quiet Place 2, Conjuring 7.
One of many sequels we could have seen, but instead we saw this semi-sequel to a 20-year-old movie, Spirit, Legend of the Cimarron, Spirit of the Legend. Fuck. It's something like that. Look at it.
Spirit Stallion of the Cimarron.
I still can't say it. Spirit Stallion of the Cimarron. And also some sort of Netflix series, apparently. I didn't know that.
Yeah. What can we say about Spirit to begin with? I mean, it's the animation. It's almost Illumination bad.
It's terrible. I was thinking for a long part of it. There were some nice looking vistas, but as a whole, as I was watching it, like there's a new Ratchet and Clank game coming out next week for the PlayStation 5. That Ratchet and Clank game in real time, like the computer generating those graphics in real time, looked better than this movie. They could have shot this with like Red Dead Redemption Cinema Maker,
Yeah.
and it might have looked better.
It looks like a cross between like a toothpaste commercial that's CGI and a Netflix series.
Yeah, you know that Mucinex commercial where the mucus man sets up house in your nose? Think that level of animation. It looks absolutely abysmal. Now, the lady who did this, I've already forgot her name. She's a big horse lover. This is a passion project for her. She's done mostly DreamWorks, Netflix animated TV shows. And this to me really looked like a TV show.
I wouldn't be surprised if this was like a Netflix, like direct-to-Netflix movie that someone was like, hey, whoa. Theaters are opening back up.
There's nothing in them.
Nothing's playing.
They have to see the Spirit.
Yeah.
Put it out there. I mean, I virtually guarantee you that's exactly. This was a low budget, straight to Netflix movie, but theaters opened up right when it was about to come out, so they're like, fuck it, let's put it out.
It's like the opposite of that Cloverfield movie.
Right, exactly that. Upon doing a minimal amount of research on this, just because I was trying to find out about this director, apparently almost all of this movie was made during the pandemic, which means nobody was together when they were doing it, and it shows. Jake Gyllenhaal was like, yeah, I was in my laundry room recording my lines. And he's like, I didn't have any direction or anything. He's like, it was really freeing, a.k.a.
I got paid.
I was winging it. But yeah, and it really does feel like that. Like there is a disconnect between like what's going on and the excitement of the actors. Jake Gyllenhaal's performance in this is mind-numbingly terrible. It just doesn't fit at all.
How do you go from Nightcrawler to this?
Oh, I love Nightcrawler.
Movie's so good. Oh man,
I love Jake Gyllenhaal actually.
Yeah, he's great.
The movie Enemy, if anybody's ever seen that, movie's great.
Jake Gyllenhaal, Walton Goggins, love him.
Love him too. Yeah.
And
then a bunch of people you don't really know, like small part people. Movie looked terrible. this is like a weird nitpick. It had real issues to me with space and time.
Yeah. Oh boy.
Like I honestly, I think the movie was supposed to take place over a month.
Or like over the summer kind of thing.
Yeah, at the beginning they said a month, and then at the end they were saying it was like the summer. But it felt both like it should have been over like a year, and also it felt like 4 days. So like all of that was very strange, and I could not for the life of me figure out where and when this was supposed to take place.
It's got to be like, I mean, we're still pushing railroads really hard.
Right, I think it's supposed to be like turn of the century.
Yeah, like Red Dead times.
Yes, but everyone sort of walks and acts and dresses and talks like just like now, now times.
One chick just pops out a cell phone. I don't know what that was all about.
And then there's, I think they strongly imply it's near the Mexican border, right? But there's mountains. At one point, they're walking through redwood trees. There's birch trees, which is like, you know, from around here, not New Mexico. There's virtually no desert, but like there's a very heavy Mexican influence. Like her mom, who, spoilers, dies at the beginning of this movie. She's supposed to be Mexican, right?
Yeah.
So I couldn't figure out where and when they were supposed to be.
There's this great moment in the movie. It was great for me, where this girl, she'd obviously been brought up by her grandfather since her mom died. She's wearing dresses, very Americanized, and then she puts on her mom's old riding gear and stuff, and then she's like bebopping and scatting around town going, "Hola, ¿cómo estás?" And Greg just loses his shit during it, and that made me lose my shit. It was...
It's just another privileged white person co-opting the local flavor. It's just like every Karen who goes on vacation to Spain and just buys like this like fun little Mexican dress.
It's like the opposite when Michael goes to the Bahamas and he gets that one bead in his hair.
It's exactly that. Like, I just imagine that's every plot to a Diane Lane movie.
All right, so movie starts. Mom's dead. Girl is, let's just say insufferable.
Very obnoxious at the beginning. By the end, like, I think you could be convinced that it was character development, but I don't think that was the case. I think she's just obnoxious at the beginning.
She's very wound up. Like, she doesn't have an outlet, and she finds that outlet in a horse.
Yeah, all right. Naturally.
So, you know, she goes to Mexico, or goes to American-Mexico.
Somewhere.
Yeah. And I do love, like, train station, lush green on one side, rodeo on the other. The town is straight out of Red Dead.
Yeah.
It's just one lane, buildings on each side, but not everything leads up to the one house.
Like, it's an animated movie, it's a kid's movie, I'll give it some leeway for all this stuff. But like, it's not done in any stylized way. It looks lazy more than anything else.
Yeah.
You know, like, there's a way to do that and create like this weird fun little effect to it, but instead it just looks like they just didn't try at all. It's like, computer, row of houses, curve 4 degrees left, hill at end.
Like, I think the best example I can give is like The Simpsons, wherever the Springfield is, everything is around them. There's a desert. There's
the
waterfall. There's like the 5 borders of 5 different states that I don't think actually touch each other. It's really well thought out and a good gag.
Yeah. Yeah. So Mom dies. Walton Goggins' character is, he's trying to steal horses, or not even steal horses, just capture horses. He captures Spirit, but Spirit's got a little too much spirit in him, and the little girl loves Spirit, and so she's gonna spirit him away.
The issue with that is the little girl seems to really love Spirit.
We should talk about this. So
yeah, I was trying to figure out how to segue into it.
I think a lot of times things are read into things nowadays that might not necessarily be in the text. You know, like it's easy to say in that Rocky 3 is about finding your homosexuality. You know, like, was that the intent of the movie? No, it wasn't. Could you make the argument? Probably, yeah. This movie, it's definitely about a girl falling in love with a horse.
Yeah, it's almost like the most literal interpretation of it.
It's very literal. I mean, they don't like make out, but it's close. And you know, like a parent you can make the claim, it's like kids aren't going to read that. They're not going to like read into it. They don't know. And I don't know if it was intentional or not, but like it's definitely coded that this is a bad boy that the dad doesn't want her to date. But she falls in love with him anyway, and it turns out he's not that bad.
It's all the beats to that classic movie trope.
Yes.
That, like, they start off, like, he's very moody, she's into him, he doesn't trust her, and, like, she finally gains his trust, and they start seeing each other a little bit more, just plying him with apples.
Yeah. And, you know, and again, it's, like, tropes of, like, making the bad boy, like, what Save the Last Dance, right? I mean, this is virtually Save the Last Horse.
I said how to bang your dragon.
Yeah. And they tango, which is like a classically like sensual dance.
They literally tango. Like
yeah.
They play the music and everything. He's doing spins around her, and that's when it really clicked. We were kind of joking about it before.
Right.
I was like, oh, this is just bad boy horse, and no, they start tangoing. Oh god.
And he has this Zac Efron circa 2007 haircut, and he has these like, maybe I'm reading too much into this. He has these really seductive eyes.
I didn't pick up on that one, but
how could you not? They're so beautiful. And then the moment where it really, really clicked for me, as Ty pointed out during the thing, at one point she leaves her dad, she runs away to go find Spirit, and she literally crosses onto the wrong side of the railroad tracks. Like, she's in this like beautiful upper white crust area, and then she crosses the railroad tracks, and she's basically in the horse slums.
It's like the wilderness. Everything's wild and crazy.
Yes.
And then she meets the family, and she plies them all with apples.
Yeah, it's weird. I don't want to over-sexualize a kids movie. I don't want to imply something that's not there. But I think anybody with even like any understanding of like symbolism would read it this way. It's a love relationship.
Yeah, and I don't want to use the word over-sexualize. We're not making like we can make those jokes,
right.
But obviously that's not what's going on. But there is a very specific genre of romance movie that this is modeled after, at least in part.
It's almost straight out of the template for that kind of thing. The like, you know, classically Romeo and Juliet. It's not exactly that, but you know, the disapproving parents and all that. It's there, and it's in the text, in my opinion.
The couple who love each other but ultimately can't be together because they're from two different worlds. It's
yeah.
I mean, it's there. I'm going to say it's there.
So the movie was just generally boring, not very funny. There was two things that made me laugh. I'm not even going to point them out. There was kids in the theater, and they seemed primarily bored. That's like the barometer I typically use when Ty and I can go and see these kids movies, because you know, like, I understand that these movies are not for us. We're adults, like they're kids movies, but we saw, you know, the Sonic movie I thought was halfway decent. We saw like that Donkey movie, The Star. Like, for a Christian movie, I thought that movie was actually pretty good.
Yeah, that's a lot of fun.
There was another kid. Oh, we talked about Paddington 2, you know, like in the theater. Paddington 2 is a kid's movie, but that movie is perfect.
A sheer delight.
It's just a perfect movie. You know, it's legitimately probably my favorite movie I've seen in the last couple of years. So like even as adults, we can recognize talent. We can recognize a good movie for kids. But, you know, if we're in the theater and I'm not enjoying it, but the kids in the theater are having a great time, okay, movie's not for me. Well, who gives a shit? The kids are loving it. That's what's there. I didn't think these kids were loving it.
No, I think there's a very specific sect of people that this movie is for. And that's like preteen horse girls.
Yeah, for sure. Like 11-year-olds, 11, 12-year-olds. It's a real small group of people, but excuse me. Yeah, you're right. That's exactly who it's for, and we're just not that, and nobody in the theater seemed to be that.
Yeah.
Towards the end, there was a little girl there who was pretty upset that Spirit was getting captured at the end, but she also got more belligerent as the movie theater went on, that little girl. So
Yeah.
she might have just been restless. Decided to start yelling Spirit at the screen. I wish I had that much passion for a movie.
Oh, man. I don't. I just imagine you in theater going, Sonic, no!
Sonic!
Sonic!
Oh no!
Watch out, Dr. Eggman's there!
He's got you! Yeah, so just very, very bad movie. You have any other points? Honestly, this is kind of short. This is kind of a nothing movie.
Yeah, I mean, there's not a whole lot to say. I mean, it's fucking Spirit Untamed. His
go.
name's Spirit. He can't be tamed.
He's not tamed.
He's kind of tamed.
No,
But-
he's not tamed. He's subservient. He understands.
That sounds worse.
No. It's like in a relationship. You know, like you give up certain things for your significant other because you understand that's a relationship. It's a give and take. Like, I won't put that in the living room. You know, I won't put my life-size Darth Vader in the living room because I love you.
But he definitely goes next to the bed.
Right. He has to watch us while we sleep. It's safety. So you know, like, he's not tamed. He's just relenting to his love. He's like, for you can ride me.
I thought we were going to not sexualize this.
I didn't say anything sexual. You put that on it.
Yeah, I got nothing else to really say.
Yeah.
It looks bad. It's a lot of white noise. I mean,
Looks bad, is bad, two good jokes.
it's not as offensive as something like Show Dogs was.
Oh, for
to
sure.
both plot, visuals, my ears and eyes, and my senses.
Next time, Ty and I talked about this briefly before we started. We're gonna come up with a ranking, and we're gonna put this on there. Until I see all the other ones, I don't really know where I would put this. My gut tells me somewhere right in the middle.
I'd say like lower middle.
Yeah.
Not the bottom. It's not the worst.
Oh, I do have one other like minor complaint. The music seemed poorly mixed to me. Like they were going for this sort of like Back to the Future 3. There's it's kind of like a western. There's a really great symphonic western score to Back to the Future 3.
Oh yeah.
And I thought this movie was kind of going for that, but in order for that to actually take effect, it needs to be sort of bombastic, like an adventure. But the music was so weirdly quiet that it didn't actually create any excitement, even though I thought the music was actually a little bit exciting. Like I thought the music had the potential to create a good feeling, but it was too quiet.
Yeah, it is weirdly mixed, and I think that's to do with kids movies. Like you don't want them getting too wild.
Maybe.
I don't know. I'm not a psychiatrist.
I'm gonna go home and watch 5 Goes West and see what kind of music Steven Spielberg put in that bad boy.
Oh yeah, we should do that.
We'll just watch the 5 movies.
Yeah.
American
Final
Tail.
cast. Let's do it.
American Tail was like my favorite movie when I was a kid.
I still get No Cats in America stuck in my head.
Yeah, that's because that song is a fucking banger.
Sounds great.
Yeah, so middle of the pack, don't watch it, obviously.
Yeah, it doesn't get a recommend, but like if you have to watch it, it's not the worst thing. Like if you're babysitting or your kids want in.
Oh, for sure.
Sure.
That it is the perfect movie for nap time.
Yeah.
It's like, let's watch the horse movie, and everyone can take a nap.
Yeah. Someone out there has a niece who's gonna fucking love this movie.
Yep, pretty much that.
But nope, not me.
Not me either. Well, this was fun. I'm thrilled to be back.
Yeah, it's good to be
Hopefully, I mean, I think we could probably do this pretty regularly, so I would love to make that happen.
Absolutely.
Watch Cruella next time.
I don't want to watch that.
I don't want to watch the horse movie.
Yeah, but I think
Ty.
Pearl's actually getting good reviews.
No, it got. I just looked it up. It was the 1.5 stars. That was one website. Maybe Cruella is like an all-time banger, and I don't really know.
All I know is I see people defending it on Twitter non-fucking stop.
They're defending Cruella.
Yes, they're calling it the female Joker movie. Which I guess means I kind of have to see it now, right?
That does not sell me, because Joker was not my favorite movie I've ever seen.
One person on Twitter said Joaquin, or what's her face?
Emma Stone?
Emma Stone could play the Joker, but Joaquin Phoenix could never play Cruella. So, I mean, yeah, I guess.
Okay. Sure.
But, you know, that's just one...
No, fuck it. I'm in for gender swap Cruella.
That's just one dummy on Twitter. No, I think they mean talent-wise, not just having a dong or whatever.
Emma Stone cannot hold a candle to Joaquin Phoenix.
I know that.
When it comes to acting, Joaquin Phoenix is like the generational talent. Get bent, internet guy. Fuck off, Emma Stone.
I didn't mean to ruin Greg's day with that.
It's like people see a completely different world than I do.
It's weird.
It's weird. It almost freaks me out, to be honest with you. That's like people can look at the same thing I do and come to such a dramatically different conclusion.
Yes, this is awesome.
Right.
Like, I'll watch Fast 9. I will like, for the most part it's ironic, but also unironically.
Right, but like I'm a realist about it.
Yeah.
You know,
I'm here because it's stupid.
Even Vin Diesel knows it's stupid now. Vin Diesel's smart enough to know that the things he does are dumb.
I hope in 10 they steal the moon.
Is that even an option?
Everything's an option in the Fast universe.
We got a moon.
Guys, we got Martians up here.
Oh shit.
No, they're not on Mars, so they're not Martians. Oh, whatever they are, they're pissed.
I've still only ever seen one Fast and the Furious. I've seen 2. I saw 1 and 3.
Oh, we never did a pandemic fast cast.
I got the collection.
All right, for Bad Movie Friday, I've been your host. Well, not your host. And one of the guys here.
No, you're hosting me. It's your car.
Oh, yes. I got finger sandwiches in the back.
I wish.
Man of 1004 movies. It's Tyrell Black Stallion. Find me on Twitter at 1004 names.
I'm Killer Greg. You can find me at Killer Greg 17 on Twitter. This is like a genre, right? Like every 4 years they come up with a horse movie.
It really is.
Remember the Horse Whisperer? They shot that around here.
Could not possibly care.
No. All right, I'm leaving. I gotta go back to work.
We'll catch you all on the next reel.
Yeah, catch you. Oh, I see what reel, like it's a play on words.
Sure.
Like a movie reel.
Yeah, that's why I said it.
Right. I'm in.
All right.